They have to dig for it. This is the little terracotta pot I'm going to use to make a treat thing for the guinea pigs. Just little stuff like that. These are for the guinea pigs. You know, this had a hay cube in the middle of it. They destroyed it. They ate it all. And the bottom one has poops. Sorry. What does this bottom one have? This bottom one usually keeps my cupcakes. The like cardboard cupcake chews. I had a few of those. The guinea pigs really loved it, but they didn't really like tear it up. They would just play with it. Well, I put it in the chinchilla cage last week, and the next morning I came in, that thing was shredded. Okay, this I get from Family Dollar. I really like it. It is supposed to be like a pet air fresh. It's not real strong, but it does seem to help with any smells. This little guy came from the Dollar Tree, and he's a solar panel. And I just like him because his eyes light up at night. I don't know. I just thought it was cute. Okay, so that is some bunting that I already had. If you see the salt rocks, the pink Himalaya salt rocks over it, that came from Five and Below. And it has a little battery pack, and I turn it on at night. This lighting is really bad. I don't know what to do. Does that help? I don't know. So the curtains were already in here because this was my son's room. And I just wanted a way to tie them back. But they're also those climate controls. So in the summer, if it's just really hot, because I do have to watch the temperature in this room for the chinchillas, I can close that and it does help. But I wanted to tie it back. So at Dollar General, they have these little mini reefs. And I just slid the curtain up in it and used it as a tie back. Okay, this is upside down. But as you can see, okay, it's kind of embarrassing. It's two. Okay, I told you guys, you guys know that I have a lot of health issues and CF, and I'm in and out of the hospital a lot. So those are two hospital pans turned upside down on top of each other, and I just tie wrapped them. And that's what I keep the chinchilla dust bath in. I know that plastic's bad for them, but they barely chew on wood, so they don't chew on it, and I don't keep it in their cage. I just put it down when they're having floor time. It cuts down a lot on the dust that flies throughout the air. So that's that. And I do have a little corner litter box down in the room that if they're out, they will use. I've even seen the guinea pigs get in it. Don't know if they're going to the bathroom in it, but I've seen them get in it. Okay, this corner shelf came from Family Dollar. I think it came in a pack of, I think it was like $5. And this one I got from a yard sale. I think I paid $10 for the both of them. I painted them with pink paint and then did a whitewash over them. Those the chinchillas jump up on when they're in here. This cute little thing, I've actually got to hang it up. It's not usually here. My sweet daughter-in-law made that for me 2 weekends ago when they were here. I think I actually want to hang it on the door. Isn't it cute? Okay. This I made a long time ago. It's just a collage of all kinds of stuff. Fabric flowers, stamping, paper flowers, tissue paper flowers, just all kinds of stuff. I really like it. I made that several years ago. These are the wind chimes from Dollar Tree. I just took the bells and stuff off of it. And then that, and that. Hey, I'm filming. Came from the Dollar Tree. So they were $1 each. And that's another one of the butterflies. The letters came from Dollar General in a big pack. So I have their names. Maybe, Esme, Celia, and Meadow. These little butterflies were felt pieces that I cut out with my Big Shot and die cuts, and then I just glued them together to make pretty flowers. I mean, butterflies. Okay. Here we are to the guinea pig cage. So these I made. I think I got these from Hobby Lobby. They come blank. I think they were like 50 cents. And I painted them. I used anything that has paint on it that is in either one of my animal cages or somewhere where they can get them. It was done with soy paint. So if they chew on it, it is perfectly fine. So if we look in here, again, all these products are products that I make. There is, aw, there's Esme. That's Esmeralda. I call her Esme. She was in her little cuddle sack. I feel bad. I've changed my cuddle sacks up a little bit. Now they have boning in them to where no matter if they get on them or not, they stand back up. But this one doesn't. And then I also have fleece, like fleece forest tunnels. So there's fleece forest on each end. This is a tote that I cut a square out of one end. This is the fiddlesticks. I attached it with tie wraps to the top of this. And then I put, each time I do their cage, I put a different pad up here, and I just have it clamped to it on the sides with, let's see, with these. I use these binder clips for everything. So that keeps the ladder from being just really steep, and it kind of breaks it up, and they have another little hut. These are all just stickers that I've had from all the crafting that I've done all these years. So up top, I did have this completely opened at one time, but the bedding would start coming down here and it would get all down at the bottom. So I kind of halved it to where they kind of have like a buffer, I guess you could say. They step out of there and it gets on here, and every day when I spot clean their cage, I just dump it back in. So there's their water and their pellets and their hay. I've done the hay a lot of ways. This is the best way for not wasting hay. Any other way I've done it, they get in it, they sit in it, they pee in it, and they throw it out everywhere. This, they come up to it, they eat it, I make sure it's full every day, and there's never a mess all over the cage. So, and then when I bring up veggies every night, I put those right here. So that's that. Let's see. Those I made their names. Those are just some little, I don't even remember where I got them. I've had them for a really long time. And I just made it with their names on them. That's a bathtub scrubby. They have them at Dollar General for Mother's Day. I got one and put it on there. I also made Maybe and Meadows too. Okay, so keep going. And I have their cage up on a table. My husband just put a screw there and one on the other side and this, so it can't go anywhere. It can't accidentally get knocked off. And I have my white trash can that I just decorated with paint markers. This is a shelf that my dad made when I was little, a long time ago. I use it for all their treats and stuff. So down there is their grooming stuff, scale, and what I weigh them on. This pink container is the guinea pigs' food. Clorox wipes. I wipe everything up once a week when I do that, but I don't freak out. I let that dry before I put my guinea pigs or chinchillas back in. That is my chinchilla food that I get from Whimsy's. Sticks and wood pieces I get from Whimsy's. Hay cubes from Whimsy's. Rose hips from Whimsy's. Other little treats. Vitamin C. balm for their feet and ears. Some more little treats in here. Like their goji berries. That kind of thing. This stuff is wonderful. If you do not have this, you need it. This is that, it doesn't come in this. It comes in a big old huge bag. I put it in this container. Hold on. It's hard to open. Not hard to open, I just need a hand. This is that forage. So all of them love it. Okay. So I keep the vacuum cleaner there. This little love sign came from Family Dollar, and it was $1. The little brush with the dustpan was $1. It came from Dollar Tree. That one's one I already had, and the handle broke off, so I put a zip tie on it. Keep that there. Over here, I have stuff for me to remember. So this is where I keep up with the guinea pigs weight. Dollar Tree. These are just some push pins. I made this crafting. It's just a little thing I can keep notes on if I need. These came from the Target spot several Easters ago, but I just have them hanging on the wall. All of my little cage parts and clips are in there. Pins, scissors in here. Just a little note thing. These came from Family Dollar too. These were $2 a piece. I think the other ones were $1 a piece. These were $2 a piece. They stack in each other too. The bottom one has tube covers and those microfiber, these things. Locker carpet, I think is what they're called on Amazon, which is where I got them. This one has like stuffed animals, little loveys, like these with little blankets and stuff like that. A lot of them I've made. This top one has their bigger tubes in it. And usually what I do, like I just did this cage clean. These are some extra pads that I did not use. So I'll usually just kind of put them right there so they're easy to grab if I need them. This closet, it's kind of a mess, but we'll do it. I have this step ladder for when I change this cage because I'm not tall enough. This also came from Family Dollar. I think it was more like $10. I'm not sure, but their hay is in here. And up here, I got a lot of washing to do because they had a lot more stuff than this. But this is where, that's the liners stack when they're all clean. They stack up to the top. And then this is pads and stuff. I keep each one done by their theme. That's just a little toolbox with stuff in it and some extra containers if I need them. That's pretty much it for there. So we're back at the door. On this wall, this I plug in at night and the Goodnight lights up. I made this probably 5 years ago. It has Christmas lights behind it. It's a canvas. I painted it all black except for the words. And then I put the Christmas lights in it and my husband put a backing on it and I plug it in and Goodnight lights up. And those are just some extra flowers and stuff that I had laying around. The Love Has Four Paws came from Dollar Tree. This was, the butterfly was Family Dollar. Again, it was $1. And then I have a lint roller in case I'm doing something in here with them and then need to go somewhere. There's a brush and there's their names. So I think that's it. I just wanted to share my pet room because I'm pretty proud of it, and I know lots of you guys are always wondering, and I know there's a lot of videos about it and there's always lots of views, so I thought I would share mine. But until next time, hugs and love. One last thing, my husband just kind of reminded me, I've said this before in other videos, but I want to clarify. You obviously do not have to have a room dedicated to your pets. You don't have to have a screen door. You don't have to have all this stuff all over the walls and all this. I am 42 years old, and my children who moved out, and I happen to have the extra room, and I just love doing this. And as you can see, everything in here was like $1 and just took some crafting. But what I do need to say is that this size cage right here, it's a CNC cage. It's a 2x3 with a 1x2 loft. This is the minimum size cage for 2 guinea pigs. It is, you should not have a cage smaller than the 2x3 bottom for 1 guinea pig. That's the minimum size for 1 guinea pig. If you have 2, you need to have a loft. Technically, they need, for it to be not the minimum, this would need to be 2x4. I don't have the table room for that. I give them a lot of attention. They get a lot of time on the floor. That does not take the place of a cage. Those cages that you buy at the pet store, those are great if you're going to travel with your pig. Those are not big enough. In other countries, it is against the law to have anything smaller than this. I don't know why we don't do that here in this country. Please, if you have piggies, I know that you love them and you want to care for them, and you probably may have not have known this. Pet stores, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. Pet stores tell you that it's okay, but it is not. It is not okay. They need this room. And technically, unless there is a specific reason that your pig does not do well with others, you should never just have 1 guinea pig. Ever, ever, ever. And floor time cannot substitute cage size. It cannot. Because reality of it is, even if you do floor time, 90% of the day they're in that cage. They have to be able to move. They have to be able to run. They have to be able to get exercise. And those little cages do not do it. Please listen. They do not do it. It's cruel. And I'm not saying that if you have one of those small cages, you're just cruel. I'm saying maybe you didn't know the difference. Maybe you didn't know because no one's ever told you. But it is cruel to the piggies. And they do need more room. Now, for the chinchillas. This is my first time having chinchillas. We rescued the white one, maybe. My children got me her for my birthday 2 months before my birthday because we found her on Craigslist. She was needing a new home, and what we saw was really sad. And even though I didn't really know much about chinchillas, I know a lot about guinea pigs, I started researching, and I knew that the situation that she was in was better coming to me not knowing a lot. It was still better. When we got her, maybe only had the top part of a Ferret Nation cage. She didn't have both levels. She only had the top part, and she shared it with a ferret. Her and the ferret did fine, but that's all she had, and that's all the poor little ferret had. If I could have, I'd have taken every pet home that person had, but I couldn't. I had to just have hope that, because the lady told me she was rehoming a lot of her pets, so I just have to have hope. Now, when I got Maybe and brought her home, I then started learning that, as well as guinea pigs, chinchillas do not do well alone either. So within just a couple of months, we got Meadow, the gray one. And this is the minimum for 2 chinchillas. Like, they need this size, and this is the minimum amount that they need. Don't put them in anything smaller. Guinea pigs need long, one level, a lot of one level space, I guess, you know, like But chinchillas need a lot of height. And they need all these different levels and stuff. So, again, these are minimum sizes. You do not have to have all of this stuff in a room, in your own room, and all this extra stuff. But if you're going to have pets, do give them what they need to have a good life. They're in a cage all the time. This is it. This is their lives. So make it the absolute best that you can. Just put yourself in their situation, you know, and if you can't afford to buy the pee pads and the fleece stuff and all that, sewing them is easy. Learn to sew, or, you know, contact people. I usually will, after I've had a set for so long, I'll donate it. I'll give it to people after I'm kind of done using it. Also, because I do this for a living and I sell this stuff on Etsy, a lot of times I make my own patterns. So a lot of times, you know, like the tunnel that's over there, that was the very first tunnel I ever made. It's kind of wonky. I use it for myself, but I wouldn't sell that. I have it much better done now and worked out. But I would donate. I do have things that I would donate. There's always people that are getting rid of stuff that can help. And sewing this stuff is not that hard. So, again, and you don't have to use fleece. I just prefer it. It's a lot easier. It's a lot cheaper because I just wash it. And that big bag of bedding down there that I use in the top for the guinea pigs and in the little litter pan, that will last me months. I mean, gosh, that may even last a year, and it was $7 at Walmart. So it will last a long time. Anyway, I just wanted to add that. Thanks.